Yo, this is your girl, the Nemesis, and I want to give a big shout out to Urban Influencer, the largest platform for independent artists today. Yo, much love.
Hi, this is Aaron Brown, and I'm online with my girl Missy E, the party doll, and I want to shout to the Urban Influencers podcast, Zoom call, whatever they're doing at the moment. They are the biggest promoter of independent artists and labels in the industry.
Amen. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Urban Influencer Radio. We are locked in today with Nemesis all the way from the West Coast, and we're going to talk to her about her new music, her journey, and what she got up. Good evening, good evening, good evening. It's probably a little earlier for y'all. I know that West Coast, East Coast time is all
it's all topsy-turvy. Yeah, it's evening time. I'm smelling dinner. We just got through cooking, so I'm feeling good today.
Okay, so good. Tell us about Nemesis. She's a rapper. I sense some other things going on with Nemesis, so I'm gonna this is where we can kind of just have the conversation and talk about a lot of things.
Oh, wow. Okay, left it wide open for me. Okay.
Yes.
I mean, I do love lyrics. I do love the hip hop that uplifts people. And I'm on a tip right now where it's like, I think the conscious hip hop can be still a party atmosphere. We can still party to it. We can get down. We can go as hard as we want to, but it can leave our souls feeling uplifted after we're done dancing, instead of, thinking negative thoughts and stressing ourselves out. So I just want to uplift the modern hip hop community.
Okay, and, so who is Nemesis? Who is Nemesis?
Oh, wow. I got that name battling on the schoolyards.
Okay.
Back in school. A nemesis is like an unconquerable person, just can go into your dark places and light it up and not fearing the dark places, just going right into them, busting right in there and just shedding light. So I would hope my lyrics cut through the darkness, bring light, and that's kind of the name I got. I accepted as that's how they took me as I was battling, on my way to school, on my way home, battling. And we know how male dominated hip hop is. So it's very, and so many degraded images of my sisters in hip hop, and that they think that's the only lane we could take. So I had fun proving them all wrong. I mean, everywhere I would go, dudes would just, discount me, shoo me off. And then I would just come in and, with no fear, just lay it down. And they had to respect me. So I found hip hop to be a place where I can be respected. Even though images say women can't be respected, I felt like I earned some respect.
Okay, so how long have you been doing? I know you said you've been doing this since the playground. So
yeah,
how long have we been rapping?
I would say about the early 2000s, first 5 years of 2000s. I really got into it and fell in love with it. And even though I came in around that era, I still got love for the 90s era. That's just where I feel that's a renaissance period of hip hop. So I looked back to that, what my parents was listening to. I was really enjoying that and wanted to bring that into the modern, not just copying the old, but innovating on it.
So when did you first fall in love with hip hop?
I have to say probably when I was really little. And my dad would play it. I was probably like 7, 8 years old.
And what was
And
that song that you just said? Oh my goodness, this is my jam.
Man, I got a song like that. You asked the right question. It was "It Takes Two" by Rob Bass.
Okay.
Easy Rob Bass. I was like, I have to rap. I have to do this. This is too fun. And it flows natural. I have to do this. So that's the song that convinced me to start writing rhymes. I must have been 9 years old when I wrote my first rhyme.
Okay, awesome.
It was like about one of my stuffed animals or something.
Okay. So Nemesis is a lyricist.
Yes, man.
Who were your influencers?
Oh, I'd have to say my biggest influencers have to be Rakim for sure, and MC Lyte. MC Lyte, if we're taking it back to the golden era. And in modern times, I have to go with Missy. That's just
Missy Elliott.
Blueprint. Yeah, okay. That's just
favorite Missy really song. Favorite Missy
song. I gotta go back to The Rain. I gotta go back to The Rain. I Can't Stand the Rain. That's like one of her first real poetic style, different style that she came out with that really opened my mind. Like, whoa, hip hop can sound different from a beautiful Black female. That really opened me up and expanded my style. So I have to give it up to Missy as, who I look up to in the modern hip hop.
Okay, all right. So, and I have my questions here. How long have you been rapping? We asked about you and Pure Order.
Oh yeah, that's my duo.
Okay.
My duo that I started rapping with, consisting of God's Gift, who has some history in the game with the Loot Pack. That was Madlib's first group back in the early 80s, but before my time. But I met him around that time. I was really into rapping, about 2003, 2004-ish. So we connected, and he already had the idea of Pure Order. And, it's pure lyricism with the goal to enlighten and still party.
Okay. So how does the history in hip hop help you to come up with your music?
Oh, that's a good one. I mean, looking at what it meant to me, I didn't have just like the easiest childhood. I had to find ways of escape. My poetry, my writing, finding hip hop, that was a big, opening for me to find a voice for myself, even though it was a little bit suppressed at my household. So amidst all that conflict, growing up around Watts and Compton and all that, having to juggle all these different, terrible realities, I look to, my Grandmaster Flashes and my, and going into the golden era, my Brand Nubian, Gangstar, Mobb Deep, coming after them to really help me appreciate myself and where I'm from, instead of really just stay depressed about it. So, man, hip hop's like, I could say it saved my life in that way.
Okay.
Pulled me out of despair. For real. Yeah.
And so you already told me where Nemesis comes from. So with your being a female in this male dominated rap game, what do you tell the girls coming behind you?
Oh, man, I try to put it in my bars, every song. Empower yourself. Know that you have the power, and that all these obstacles are in your way just to distract you from your power. And you never cease to have your power. Take it. Don't apologize. Take it, because it's all in love. It's not being a bitch, or it's not being overbearing. It's not bad to own yourself. and still love others, still be a humble queen and love, you know what I mean? Give much respect to everybody and our kings, you know what I mean? Even though it's male dominated, you know, that's happening because they need love too. So I try to leave that message behind, that be balanced. Yes, we need to be ambitious about our goals, but also stay loving and humble, and we'll win.
And speaking of balance, how do you balance your music and your life?
Oh, that's another good one. As you see, I'm ripping and running today. I'm meetings there. I have to take time to breathe. I have to realize, oh, I'm starting to feel that, you know, there's a lot of stuff on my agenda today. You know what? Take that moment to breathe and know that you got this. It's going to be all right. A lot of positive self-talk to just get to the next moment. Take one moment at a time and know that, you know, whatever I got, I just give my best, and that's all I can do, and leave the stressing for, you know, instead of stressing, just try to have fun with the crazy. Whatever, however crazy it is, try to ride it, surf it. I like calling it surfing the tide.
So who are some of if you were to rap with anyone, who would you be down with? I'm like, down with, who would you be down with?
So many to think of, but I have to, you know, my girl Missy. Okay. I would love to get on track with her. I would love to get on anything with Wu-Tang. You know, big influence on Wu-Tang. Nas, definitely would love to do a jam with Nas, Black Thought. This could keep going, but I guess I'll keep it to that top 5. And Common, gotta say Common.
Okay. Do you see your music taking you in the next 5 years? Where is your music gonna take you?
Oh, I got some exciting things that I think it'll take me to, being able to talk to and, you know, make music with those names that I'm talking about. Actually, and we have a project coming out where I'm dealing with the legendary Organized Confusion, MC Prince Poe, projects with him, projects with legendary rapper Chino Excel, and videos as well. So I feel blessed to already be recognized by some of the ones I look up to. You know, so I think that's going to help me keep building my style until maybe in about 5 years. I mean, hopefully I have a platinum album. Hopefully, you know, I make music that moves everybody and still uplifts, and yet is current with all the trends, you know.
Okay. So how does technology, this new age of technology, help you to reach out to your listeners?
Oh yeah, it's fun. It's fun getting social out here. Social media is, I would say, that's like the tech that we're using now to push everything. And it's so easy to get in touch with each other and check each other out. I'm having fun getting social with fans and building up, you know, seeing what fans love, catering to, you know, what hip hop heads are into right now, and really bringing that classic sound to that voice of the youth today. It's really been fun. Technology, it makes it easier. It makes it easier for people to hear of me and actually, you know, decide if they like, you know, how I rock.
Okay. Because I talked to some artists, you know, some who have been in the game for a while, and they was like, they can't stand social media because it's a lot of work. So they're like, I can't stand doing, because you got to get the numbers up. So I do talk to a lot of them. They're like, I can't stand that aspect of it. Somebody going to have to do that for me because I can't handle, you know, doing the social media part.
For sure. I'm about this close to getting somebody. I need an assistant to handle that. You're right, because we could be on there all day. And no, I got too many other important things. I got to write new albums and stuff. So yeah, that would be something I would love to delegate. But for now, you know, just being able to just releasing a song right now and just coming back to the game after being away from for a while, it's just exciting for now. I'm sure I'm going to get tired of it, but since, you know, it's kind of fresh to me right now, I'm enjoying, you know, all the positive feedback and all the love from the community. So It's building
why
up
did
for me.
you why did you take a break?
You know, I had to get right. When COVID came out, it restricted a lot of things. I have, you know, some health issues that I can't just be out there traveling during a pandemic. So I had to, that limited contacts I could keep and things like that. So that kind of brought me in. Then I got a pretty serious illness that hit me and knocked me down for a minute. So it's like, okay, it's time to really focus on your health, my spirituality, get my mind right, and really come back with even stronger purpose instead of being led all around and getting sicker and sicker. I just had to take that breath. So I took about 1.5 years to just breathe, get over, you know, the illness that was on me. And now I'm maintaining it, and I still have, you know, some immunity issues. So it's maintaining at least now though. But man, I was broke down before.
Wow.
So took that time for myself and came back feeling new, feeling brand new. No, I know.
Because I usually ask people, how does COVID affect your music?
Wow. How does COVID affect? It affects it. It affects where I do shows, what shows I'll be open to doing, how long I would stay in a venue. Oh yeah, it affects, you know, what I would agree to and how I work. And now I work kind of remotely. I got my own studio at home. You know, I love to camaraderie with artists and all that, but you know, that COVID kind of changed my view of that, especially after getting sick. So I'm like, yo, you know, I learned how to use technology, going back to that, to like mix songs remotely instead of having to be in the studio, in that closed room together for hours. I'm like, yo, let's send each other the stems and let's just mix it, use technology to load it into our computers and mix it like that. And I've learned a lot by having to adjust like that. Now I know a little bit more about how to mix and, you know, got stuff sounding a little better. So, you know, just adds to my abilities, my repertoire. So we turn bad into good, right? We get a bad situation, try to come out stronger after it. And I do feel taking that time off helped me come back stronger.
Okay, awesome. So the best fan response.
Whoa, best fan. There's a couple. The one I keep going back to, there's two, but okay, the first one is someone just said, this is timeless. I feel like I'm levitating. Wow. Like, whoa, that touched you like that. Another person said this is street rooted, intellectual, classic hip hop. And I thought, wow, they just said that in the sentence. They just nipped that, right? That's a good quote right there. So I feel touched that, you know, those type of fans are what I'm attracting, you know, intelligent, beautiful, positive people that still want to dance, still want to, you know, they still want something that's funky. So I appreciate those. Those are probably my top 2 fan comments right now.
Okay. And the furthest place that people have heard your music?
Ooh, I was just checking my stats today too. I think let me see if I have my world geography right. I think I think Asia, North Korea, like Thailand. I know that's way on the other side. Philippines, I know that's way on the other side. Pakistan, Saudi Arabia, India. So where, you know, that's the beauty of social media too. You can reach any corner of the earth instantaneously, you know. So yeah, I'm reaching out to Asia and the Middle East. So
okay, cool. So possibly some gigs out there, right?
Woo, that's a long travel out there. But hey, if for the people, yo, you'll see me out there. If that's where the hip hop heads are, yo, I'm gonna try to get there too.
Okay, so let's talk about your latest project. Innovate.
Okay, yeah. Innovate, just dropped Innovate. That one, wow, that beat was made in '98, actually, by a producer friend of mine called Divu. And I took that, and we, it was sitting there for a while. I decided, I need to do something with this. I love this. I'm coming back. I want to come back strong. This is probably the closest to an original like a model, a sample of my lyricism. It's probably the best example of my lyricism. So it's like my calling card. So I thought, let's run it, And I'm surprised at how, even as different as I think it sounds compared to what is playing on the radio today, that people are refreshed by it. So,
okay.
Wait, yeah, that's my calling card lyrically right now. And how to do a hook that's funky. I'm hoping we could bring hooks back to hardcore hip hop. We don't have to have bars, and we can have hooks, and we can arrange. That's one of my other things I love doing, is actually arranging songs. Going back to like Pharrell, Teddy Riley, Babyface, how they used to arrange the songs. I want to mix that style with hard lyricism, and I hope that's something innovative, because I haven't heard too many other people be able to do that. So we'll see if a new genre comes up.
So are you right now working on a EP or a CD?
I'm gonna do a LP, so a full album. I have an EP. I'm also about 80% done with, just getting some artwork in. Got about 10 features, collaborations that I'm working on right now as well as some pure order music that's coming out. So I got a lot of stuff stacked up, but there is an EP, a Nemesis EP called Nemesis the Unconquerable. And I have another LP. I'm waiting for a beat tape from a legendary producer. I don't know if I should leak it yet. I got to hear it first, but Missy E can hear it first. I'm gonna let you hear first that the beat miners are gonna bless me. So when I'm gonna get a full album with Mr. Walt as well as DJ Evil D. So I'm ecstatic over that project that's gonna be in the works. So that's how we're gonna staircase it up. Some singles, and I got my EP, and we're gonna shut it down with the album.
Okay. So when does the EP drop?
I'm gonna estimate about summertime.
Okay.
I will say about August, my birth month.
Okay.
And be ready to blast off by then.
Okay. And so I noticed that with the beat makers, are there any female beat makers out there?
Ooh, man, you on point today. I was just thinking that.
Are there any female? Okay.
I got some that I want to work with. I'm kind of trying to like get social with them on social media, hoping that they, work with a sister. But I want to give a shout out to Jazzy Moto. I really hope I could work with her one day. She's got a beautiful DJ Premier type style. Just did some production with MOP. She's hard and beautiful as well. So I think we'd be a dynamic duo.
Okay, so awesome. Awesome, because I haven't heard of any female beat makers. So I mean, yeah, so
right. It's rare, right? It's so rare. So it's so special when they're actually really dope at it. So yeah, Moto, if I ever get to meet Missy Elliott, of course I'm gonna have to please work with
hit her up. I hear that she, she's really, really cool.
Oh, for real? I know she must be. You're right. I can't count it out, huh?
Yeah,
I should just try to DM her one day.
Right? Just keep, because you never know. You never know.
That's true. That's true. I'm not giving up hope.
And I heard that's how Rick Ross kind of linked up with Tidra Moses.
What?
And signed her immediately. Yep.
Whoa. It happens. Things like that happen. So yeah, that's why I'm thinking I'm trying to attract that and manifest that. And hopefully it will, the way things are continuing to roll. Feeling good.
So look in the camera and tell
Uh-huh.
everyone why they need to follow you, get your music,
Ooh.
check you out, and share your stuff.
Oh,
Why they need to be on the Nemesis tip.
yo, thank you. My good people, if you want hip hop that's real, that you can feel, that'll uplift you and make you dance and make you feel good and be hard at the same time and have intelligent lyrics, this is what all heads I'm hearing in the blogs are complaining they want more of. I'm trying to provide that. Please rock with me so we can support this movement of positive images in our own culture, in our own community, loving ourselves like we did in the classic era. So if you want to love yourselves more, enjoy yourselves more, and still have some intelligence to think about to improve yourselves, yo, come over to the Nemesis. I got open arms. I love all y'all. I do this for the love. So let's have this love. Let's love this hip hop, and please like and share. Come talk to me. I love interacting with fans. I'm always making myself available to all of y'all. So yo, let's kick it. Let's get to know each other and spread love on everything.
All right, your top 5 in your playlist right now.
Woo, top 5. Okay, I'm gonna keep it real. So I'm eclectic, so I got different things going on. I got some rock music. I got some U.S. Postal Service in there. I got producers in there like Flying Lotus. Flying Lotus is top in there. Tall Black Guy that's like probably my 3rd one in my playlist right now. Machine Drum is in my playlist right now. Yo, and whoa. Let's see, what's that 5th one? I gotta go with the Beat Miners.
Okay.
Beats, the new beat tape is on rotation right now in mine. So yeah, that's 5 of them. There's so many, but gotta give you what for real. Gotta keep it real. What I really was hitting play on this morning. Those are the top 5.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. And please tell everybody how they can follow you, download your music, and get at you.
Oh, thank you. Yes, please follow Nemesis on IG, Instagram at nemesis.pureorder. Hit me up on Twitter, Nemesis_PO3. Hit my Facebook at my musician page, Nemesis, just the word Nemesis. And I'm there for you. Love you all.
All right. Well, thank you so much. It has been a pleasure. I appreciate you. Please continue to rock the music because we need more music that we can enjoy and have a good time too. So, ladies and gentlemen, please make sure that you follow Nemesis, download her music, share this podcast, and please follow the Urban Influencer on all of its social media platforms. Please make sure you click like, share, and subscribe so that you can get our latest podcast. And of course, follow your girl, Missy E. the Party Doll on Missy E. Johnson on Facebook, Missy Party Doll on Insta, and Missy E. Party Doll on Twitter. It has been a pleasure. Have an amazing day. Take care of yourself. It's always about the music. And peace. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Urban Influencer Radio. I am your girl, Missy E, the Party Doll, and today I have the pleasure of hanging out with the one and only Mr. Aaron Brown. So I like for people when they come in, how you doing tonight?
Good day today.
I'm wonderful. Hey, it's a good day if you up, alive, and doing what you love to do.
Absolutely. That's for sure.
So I love for people to brag on themselves. So the first thing I'm going to ask is, who is Aaron Brown?
Aaron Brown. Wow. Aaron Brown is a veteran, long-time musician from the New York tri-state area, born and raised in New York City, and then I grew up actually in Queens. I was in college those days.
Mm-hmm.
Wound up living in Queens for many years. After a turbulent first marriage.
Oh, okay.
Remarried.
We're gonna get into the dirt later.
Oh, there's no dirt. After a first marriage, it didn't work out. I remarried a wonderful woman who I'm still married to today for 38 years.
Congratulations.
So, and I was a music major when I went to school. So I studied performance and composition and, theory in the whole 9 yards. Primarily, I was a guitar player originally.
Mm-hmm.
And while I was in college, as the story goes, there was probably 10 guitar players. So we had a jazz band and a studio orchestra, and we needed bass players. So the professor said, "Does anybody want to play bass?" I said, "Oh, okay, I volunteer." So that's how I became a bass player as well. But guitar is my primary instrument, and I play keyboards for writing and arranging. And I'm a kind of a eclectic. If I had to describe myself, I'm an eclectic musician. I grew up in the big city. I love all kinds of music. I have a whole collection of guitars.
Okay. I noticed you're you're a Libra. Let's say hey to the Libras.
Yes.
Your birthday is the day after mine, so that
Right.
Libra.
Yes.
So I noticed you didn't say, don't you have some like huge status in music that you're kind of like not even talking about?
I mean, it's all relative, you're only as good as your last record, as they say in the music business. But no, I mean, I have a lot of experience and a lot of contact with different people over the years. Had record deal with Columbia, my first deal back in the day when I was a little younger. Went on to work with many different artists in the industry. A lot of people that you would know the names, like Marcus Miller and Doc Powell and Darrell Washington, Najee Allen Gums, Roy Ayers. Who else? That's just to name a few.
Yeah.
Had a lot of different varieties of music that I've played and written over the years, and I actually have a very large library of songs, and which I've all written and produced. Was nominated for a Grammy for Best R&B a few years back with my brother Juan Kuhn, DJ Juan Kuhn. People might know him by Mr. International man, always flying somewhere to play somebody's party, making records. Matter of fact, we just did a session here a couple of weeks back for a new remake that he did with Chanel. So I'll give him a shout out. Chanel, the remake with Juan Kuhn, and it just came out, and it's Give Me Your Love. You probably remember that song.
Okay. So so you talked a little bit about your music, your accomplishments, and I think you're just doing a cakewalk around a lot of the stuff that you have done. You also talked about how you got started in the music and doing the instruments that you actually can play is the guitar, the keyboards.
Guitar, bass, keyboards, a little bit of drums, percussion. That's pretty much it. I mean, I've dabbled with a little saxophone when I was younger, but that I don't play saxophone. I also sing. I sing as well too.
Okay, but that's a lot.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't say it's not a lot. It's, it takes time to develop these things, and I think one of the nice things I see happening now currently is like a lot of very talented younger musicians. Where when I was coming up, there wasn't the technology that they have today, so they have
Mm-hmm.
the ability to really grow very rapidly, and
Okay.
it's beautiful. I mean, you see a young person playing like they're, like a seasoned veteran, like
Mm-hmm.
sometimes your mind is boggled. You're like, wow,
Mm-hmm.
how could they get so good so fast? But with the technology, because I'm
Right.
into technology as well, I build my own computers and deal with all the
Wow,
engineering.
didn't know that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a very multitasking kind of guy. I'm always doing like 3 or 4 things at one time, whether it's writing a song, editing, mixing, producing something, and I love to do it. And currently, like I said, this is my resurgence, which is, by the way, the name of my next album that's coming out is called Resurgence. So I'm resurging back into the industry because I love to do it, and I can't get away from it. It's
Okay.
one of those things.
So I visited your webpage and I
Mhm.
was listening to several of your songs. And so I just kind of said, what headspace are you in when you're thinking about putting these numbers together?
Um, I would have to say, like, I don't really um, forcefully write. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, I'll come up with sometime it could be any number of various ways. I've written songs in my sleep, but don't get me wrong, but had a dream about a musical idea and would jump up in the middle of the night and run down to the studio and try to capture it,
Mm-hmm.
as quick as I can, because a lot of times, as quick as you get those ideas, they are gone.
Mm-hmm.
So I would either record into my phone, or if I'm not home, but if I'm home, I would come down and try to capture it. And one of the things that really motivated my writing in the last 6 months is the passing of my mother.
Oh, sorry
Uh,
to hear that.
yeah, no problem. So instead of sitting on the couch and crying, I came down to the studio and and put the feelings and the emotions into the music, and really came up with some really, really wonderful music to honor her.
So that was going to be one of my questions to you also. I asked, how does the music affect or play into your relationships?
Well, I mean, as you probably know, my new single "Mr. Jones" was
Mm-hmm.
inspired by partly my mom's passing and a good friend and like a mentor to me, Mr. Gordon Jones, the G Man, as we call him. Um, so music it's a personal thing, and I think that um, where there's a song, there's hopefully somebody listening to it and enjoying it, and maybe getting a transfer of those emotions that might have been felt when I was writing the song. And I, and
Mm-hmm.
I, and I kind of, for me, that's really what it's all about. Getting to have music and people to enjoy the music.
Okay. So best tour.
My best tour.
Mm-hmm. A place that you performed in. You're like, oh my goodness, I love that place. I want to go back.
I think I'm trying to remember. I think it was called the Academy of Music
Okay.
in New York City. Relatively small venue, um, kind of classic. I think it's called something else now, though. I think they changed the
Mm-hmm.
name.
So do you prefer the bigger venues to the smaller ones?
Well, the small ones are good because it's very intimate. You can see the people's eyes, and they can see your eyes, and there's no hiding. There's no. Well, I won't say there's not sound problems, but sometimes there are on the sound system or the sound man. But overall, yeah, I like the small to medium size venues, where you can kind of have contact with the audience, and they could, maybe feel like they're part of an intimate setting.
Mm-hmm. Best fan experience.
Best fan experience. Well, I recently had, talk about recent. I had a young lady from my old area where I grew up send me a message on, I think it was Facebook. And she said, I just checked out your song. I like it. It's hot. I'm going to download it right now. That's what you want to hear. You want people to enjoy it. So when somebody hears it and they get excited as I am to be, presenting this to the public, that's really the goal, is to get people excited about your music, and as you are, as I want you to be as excited as I am. Not that you're going to be all the time, but at least you can show that emotion that that this is something good quality, and I want to share it with my friends.
Okay, so when did you know you had something special?
It's a good question. Well, I could think back to the time when I started playing guitar. When I was a kid, I was in camp, and one of the activities was guitar lessons. That's how I started to play guitar. And I guess it was just on from them, because from that time, once I was introduced to guitar, I just took a loving to it. There was something about it that was different than other activities. I like to fish, and this is actually a fishing company.
Okay.
That company, not my company, but another company that happened to wear their stuff. Yeah, once I picked it up, once I heard Jimi Hendrix, that changed my life. Honestly, musically, once I heard Jimi Hendrix, I was like, "Who is this guy?" And I was young too. And I was playing guitar for a little bit, and then I wanted to learn every song on his album, and then I thought I was Jimi Hendrix in my mind. I'd be in my room playing guitar when all the other kids would be out playing baseball and basketball or running around the block. They'd say, "Where's Aaron?" Well, he's in the house playing that guitar. So it's a very emotional, I guess, tie. There was even one point where I stopped playing for a little bit.
Okay.
But that didn't last long.
Because it's there.
It just called me back. It said, "Aaron, pick me up. You haven't played me in a while. What's going on?" back in that day when that happened. But it's in me. I got the bug.
So how many guitars do you have?
Oh, well, now I think I have about 20.
Oh, okay. Do you name your guitars?
No, I don't, actually. I don't name my guitars, but I have my favorites, though.
Okay, so which can you show us your favorites?
Sure. Yeah, this is one of my favorites right here. Oh gosh, this puppy here. It's a headless guitar.
Okay.
It's this one's made by Carvin. It's quite a bit old. It's actually made out of walnut, and full walnut back and sides, except for I think for these maple stripes in the neck. But
Mm-hmm.
this guitar is a solid top, but the body is carved out, which means that it's lighter, so it's not so heavy, so it doesn't break your shoulders when you're playing it. And my other favorite guitar is this one here, another carving. This is my baby doll. I guess I have to name her.
She's pretty.
Yeah, this is thank you. This is a tiger maple top with a mahogany body, made by carbon. This is a Frank Gambale model. It also has MIDI built in. I mean, this guitar has everything. You know, it has piezo pickup in the bridge, which means it sounds like an acoustic guitar. So
Okay.
you can blend acoustic and electric and MIDI, which means you can basically access any kind of synth sounds or orchestral sounds or whatever, what have you, all with
Okay.
this one guitar. It's a great guitar. It literally is probably the nicest guitar I've owned, even though I've owned other ones that were like top brand name guitars over the years. This one, the attention to detail, and that's what I'll mention. When this company makes guitars, which is now called Kissel, it's a family thing, so they changed the name from Carvin to Kissel. The love they put into making these guitars and the attention to detail is second to none. You can
Wow.
buy other guitars that are 5 times the price of this guitar, and when you see this guitar, you're like, wow. Like you said, that's a pretty guitar. It
It's
really,
pretty.
they choose the nicest wood and they finish it, depending on, I think this is called Aqua Burst, if I remember. But anyway,
Yeah.
enough of
Okay. So another question is the most expensive guitar.
That's probably it right now.
Okay.
The one we just
Okay.
looked at.
Okay. So and see, you just lit up when you started talking about your guitars.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's like my babies. I have one daughter and 20 guitar sons. You know.
Okay. I got something in my eye. Okay, so the other question is, who are some of the people who've influenced you in music?
A lot, quite a few. Like I said, it started with Jimi Hendrix when I was a teenager. And I went when I went to college, I studied jazz. Well, I
Okay.
started in high school, but then when I went to college, I got into the jazz, thing, and that was. So I worked with a professor I had, John Lewis from the Modern Jazz Quartet was one of my professors at City College in Harlem. There was another guy, Ed Summerlin, but teacher-wise.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as like musical influences, I mean, uh, I love all kinds of music. I love classic jazz. My father actually was a jazz. Wasn't a musician, but he hung out with all of the classic jazz people that you could think of: Miles
Mm-hmm.
Davis, Charlie Parker, Coltrane, Thelonious Monk. He hung with those guys like it was nobody's business. He knew all the music. He knew all the names, who played on what, who was, who was who wasn't who. My mother told me a famous story that she went to Miles Davis' house with my father, and
Mm-hmm.
we were in the basement hanging out. Not such a great story, but it's
And seeing you're reading my mind because I was going to ask you about one of those famous stories
mhm.
involving, because I bet
well
those
the,
stories are amazing.
well it's interesting. So mom went to Miles Davis' house with my father. So Miles and my father and my mother are hanging out in the basement, and my father and Miles told my mom, they said, "Oh, we'll be right back. Wait here for us." And
Mm-hmm.
so many hours later, she's still down in the basement waiting for them. What the heck happened to them? And they were party animals back then, so that's what happened. But that's, I just think it's a funny story. But okay, so as I who influenced me as a teenager, I found a box of records
Mm-hmm.
in the closet, and I had started playing guitar, like I told you. And I pulled out this box of records, and my father's the big jazz buff, so I'm looking through the records. There's Charlie Parker, Thelonious Monk, who I thought was some kind of religious record because it said Monk, right?
Uh-huh.
Bobby Timmons, Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers, uh, Coltrane, Charlie Parker. That's probably most of them. But I'm a teenager, young teenager, listening to these records now, trying to decipher what's going on. So that
Right.
was, essential in getting me like to listen to some, because we listen to pop and R&B pretty much and rock. And now I'm introduced to jazz, and I'm like, what's this? Again, like listening to Hendrix, which is improvisational music, more bluesy rock, and then go into the straight ahead jazz. Incredible. Um, so I have a lot of influences. I love, all the great guitar players. There's so many great guitar players in the world. Like I said, Hendrix, John McLaughlin, Wes Montgomery, Pat Martino. Uh, I can go on and on. Barney Kessel, Herb Ellis, all the classic guys, Joe Pass, and then all of the blues rock guys, Hendrix, Johnny Winters, Jimmy Page, Eric Clapton, all those guys, and then there's all the horn players.
Mm-hmm.
I,
So
I
have you
love
ever
horn.
met your celebrity crush?
Well, I know. Let me see. Who I can think. I met Pat Martino,
Mm-hmm.
which was I was working for Korg USA, which is Korg, the keyboard company, uh, the U.S. division of a Japanese,
Mm-hmm.
company. USA was working, and we went to the NAMM show in California in Anaheim, and at the time, and we were just like hanging out in the lounge bar area, and I turned around and Pat Martino standing behind me. So, and he was like one of my favorite jazz guys that was still alive, especially.
Mm-hmm.
So I turned around and I started talking to him, and he was like real cool, just like real down to earth. And he said, "Oh man, if you're ever in Philly, come by and visit me. Send me some of your music." Very welcoming, very warm. Not the opposite, which some people are the opposite, which I don't get, because we're all on the same planet together. Number one, number two, we're all doing music. There's room for everybody to shine.
Right.
There's no reason that somebody should have an ego so big that they can't talk to their fellow musician.
Okay. So where is the furthest place that music has taken you?
Furthest place that music has taken me. Well, I haven't really done a lot of world travel, honestly, yet. I say yet
Yeah.
because resurgence is coming.
Right.
Resurgence is here. So let's see. I think where was that? St. Martin, I'm gonna say.
Okay.
I haven't been to everywhere yet, but I'm gonna try to make the rounds before I check out of here.
Okay. All right. And so, guilty pleasure. What is your guilty pleasure?
Well, I'm diabetic, but I'm off medication, and
Awesome.
I'm living, kind of keto style lifestyle, lower carbs, moderate protein, trying to not eat any processed food, any white sugar or anything with sugar in it, which basically excludes a lot of stuff. When you take this,
Yeah.
you're talking about pretty much no soy, no wheat, no corn, no processed food, no white sugar, no processed sugar, and that's helping me to be healthy and stay off the medication.
Congratulations. Congratulations. So if you were to come up with your dream team, who would be in that band?
Dream team.
They could be living or they could be dead.
Okay, I'd say like Jocko on bass.
Okay.
Or like John Patitucci, somebody like that. Chicory on keyboards.
Okay.
Me, let's see, Charlie Parker on alto.
Okay.
Maybe like let's see, on drums, somebody like Tony Williams or something like that. You know, who else? Randy Brecker on trumpet. Michael Brecker on tenor. Wow. Yeah, I mean, that would be like, pull that off. That would be a miracle. Bring him back from the dead.
So what about merging the old school with the new school? Are there any artists, that new age artists, that you're like, you want to know what? I want to chop it up with them and do a project.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely open to collaborate with folks. I mean, because I'm kind of like in the middle of, I come up from the older school, but I embraced the new technology many moons ago. You know, so I use like all the technology pretty much that I say a younger person would use, like,
right?
A different generation than myself. So let's see, who could we chop it up with?
Who would you want to?
I love Corey Henry from
Okay.
Snarky Puppy, the keyboard player.
Okay.
Yeah, he's a bad boy. And that would be crazy to do something with him. That would be off the chain.
Okay.
You know?
What about merging hip hop into what you do?
Well, if you listen to my website, you probably heard some of that eclectic kind of stuff that a lot of people haven't heard, that has a lot of different elements from, you know, different genres that naturally I kind of, you know, just include depending on, I guess, how I feel when I'm writing the song or what direction I want to take that particular song. So I love doing that. I mean, I refer to myself, as you saw on my website, the eclectic music producer. Because I don't just write like one thing or one style. I do a lot of different things, and I like to incorporate, you know, the funk and the jazz and the rock and the soul and R&B and the neo soul and all, you know, whether it be reggae or calypso or whatever I'm feeling at the moment. I have kind of a database, I guess, in my mind, you know, which direction that song. And to be honest with you, sometimes you intend to write a song in a specific area, but the song takes on a life of its own, and it kind of like just leans this way, and then comes back, meanders back over this way a little bit, and then comes back over here a little bit again. And at the end, you're going, wow. Like, did you listen to?
I listened to a lot of the songs that you had on your website, and I can't pull them up right now. Let me see.
Latina Flavor. Did you listen to that? It has a nylon string guitar, and it has.
I believe. Let me see if I can pull it up without interrupting us.
I can pull it up if you like.
No, I have to see. I have to see which ones I looked at.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because I think I have about 12 songs on the.
Yeah, you have a couple of them on the smooth jazz guitars. This one. Okay, so I listened to Sheet and Master, Samba, Madero.
Yes, I'm
Flavor Crystals. I listened to 66 Beach. We Be Funkin' too, like that one. Keep Smiling, it was a good one. Keeping Secrets, and I did listen to Latin Flavor. And Far Too Soon.
I like to do. I don't know why I like to do this, but I like to do tributes to other artists. Like Far Too Soon is a tribute to when Al Jarreau passed away.
Oh, yeah.
I wrote that, with him in mind. What's the other one? I got there. Did you listen to Clue You In?
I'm not for sure.
It's on the top right-hand side. It might be blocked by one of the boxes is moving over mysteriously, but that's a tribute to one of my favorite jazz guitar players, Earl Klugh.
Okay.
So from time to time, I'm inspired to write something in kind of sort of in the style of, or like, kind of including their kind of vibe in my composition.
Okay. So if you weren't doing music, what would you be doing?
Probably going crazy. If I wasn't doing music, probably fishing or playing golf.
Okay.
Which I do both.
And yeah, you said you love fishing.
Yeah, I love fishing and I love golf. So did you see I posted a picture from the golf course I played on Monday morning?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, I mean, if you're on social media, you'll see it. It's on Instagram, it's on Facebook, it's on Twitter. I'm everywhere.
Okay, well, all right, everywhere. So let me get your top 5 in your playlist.
Top 5 in my playlist.
Yes.
Of course, I have my single in there, Mr. Jones.
Yeah.
I think I have in there now. I have some Alan Holdsworth. I forget which song it is particularly. I have a little Frank Gambale in there. Some Chicorea. George Benson.
Okay.
Yeah,
he's still so handsome. Oh my goodness, he's so handsome.
Yeah, George Benson, Wes Montgomery, Pat Martino, Jimi Hendrix, John McLaughlin. I mean, that's who's in my playlist, along with some of the newer stuff as well.
Okay.
But I kind of reference the classic stuff a lot. I guess I like it.
Okay.
I'm introducing my new single from the forthcoming Resurgence CD, not released yet, will be released later this year. Mr. Jones, featuring Pete Velasco on saxophone.
Okay. How can they get in touch with you?
Oh, I'm sorry. You can reach me. You can reach me many different ways. You can reach me by going to any of the social media platforms and look up Aaron Brown's with an S, Fubop, Fubop Collective, or you can email me at brownie10523@gmail.com.
And I forgot, I did have that on my list. What does Fubop mean?
Fubop.
Fubop. What does that mean?
Well, it's kind of an acronym. It comes from some of the music that I love. So Few is from the fusion part, and bop is from the bebop part.
Right.
So I came up with Fubop.
Okay.
Yeah, just something different that that kind of makes you stand out when the name is
Aaron Brown.
Aaron Brown's Fubop Collective.
Yeah.
And it's not really about just me. That it's about, having a group of like-minded individuals that love to do the same thing that I love to do, that listen, because, good musicians listen to each other when they play.
Right.
It's not just, I could play faster or I could play louder, because that's, that plagues the music industry, unfortunately. But that's, the Fubop came from my love of a fusion of things and fusion music, whether it be, contemporary jazz, smooth jazz, or straight ahead jazz, or, rock and roll, just a fusion of all good things.
Okay.
Missy E, the Party Doll.
Amen.
Thank you so much for having me today. I appreciate it, the time and the effort. And let's make beautiful music together. That's the goal.
Go download your song.
And go download my song on all digital platforms, or you can go to my website, fbcmusic.org. And it's right there. As soon as you come to the homepage, you can download it from Spotify, iTunes, or any of the other online platforms that are in the world. Thanks so much, Missy.
You are so welcome. And ladies and gentlemen, thank you for taking the time to hang out with us and talk about great music. We want to encourage you to make sure you click like, share, and comment on all of the Urban Influencers platform. Please make sure you follow the artists, download their music, let them know that they are doing amazing jobs with putting out awesome music. And then make sure you follow your girl, Missy E, the Party Doll, Missy E Johnson on Facebook, Missy Party Doll on Instagram, and Missy E Party Doll on Twitter. It's been an amazing time with you. Take care of yourself, and it's always about the music. Mwah, smooches.
Innovate on a higher level. Innovate on a higher level. Innovate on a higher level.
New dimensions, let's create. Watching all visible matter disintegrate. Flying comet debris, mind tries to escape. Sharp and shrapnel get cut if you efface any trace element of this phenotype. Designed by divine to get you swing right. Too quick to misjudge as an ego trip. If I don't claim self, then I can't uplift no one else. Epitome of self-help, putting subconscious shadows static on the shelf. Take pride in the courage it takes to be yourself, not settling for letting funds define wealth. Exposing these herbs, spits on negative words. Why respond? Cause we now, you see what was served before it didn't produce. So naturally deduce you more from the moment that you open the door. Now you out here floating in a lost situation. Free radical catalyst to lethal oxidation. Intervene to intercept cell mutation and quarantined MCs across the nation. So now really got it now. Are you ready? Future to go. Elements in the centrifugal glow. Thoughts plus beats, innovate and growl. Innovate and growl. Thoughts plus beats, innovate and growl. Yeah, innovate and growl. Thoughts plus beats, innovate and growl. Yeah. Are you ready to go? Thoughts plus beats, innovate and growl. It's really quite simple, yo. Thoughts plus beats, innovate. Let's go. Alphanumeric precision, never generic. Logic converging with the heart feels inherent. Undressed layers of your soul supposed to make apparent the dark circuits into which we are embedded. Learn to cut through hate with style and grace. Like I had cutlery for my frame and face. Won't pander to a style that promotes the debase. Cause choice is a place and accuracy's a race. Interstellar dimensions of our own making. Free to listen to the soul and stop faking. Opportunities to please other hearts left vacant. Motivated by love, not bringing home bacon. Not slaying ground treat like a mission of freedom. Exonerating soul from elite plots of demons. Hold truth itself without selfishly scheming to outdo no one else. Myself I'm demeaning, catch meaning. Rise up black tie shorts cleaning. Wash away the spare self-aware, start thinking. Cause time vanishes the black holes while we blinking. Find shed energy to mainframe a blinking. So we really got it now. Are you ready? Future to go. Elements in the centrifugal glow. Thoughts plus beats, innovate and growl. Innovate and growl. Thoughts plus beats, innovate and growl. Yeah, innovate and growl. Thoughts plus beats, innovate and growl. Are you ready to go? Thoughts plus beats, innovate and growl. It's really pretty simple, you know. Thoughts plus beats, innovate the soul.
Innovate on a higher level. 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 Innovate.
Are you open? Yeah. Like, I need to talk to you, like, right now. No, like, I'm on my way, like, right now.
Well, they be talking about us, don't they? That's alright. Listen, yo, blah, blah. They call us fake Christians, but we don't answer. Hit them with that love and kindness, but they still harass us. Huh? Hallelujah is my only banner. Bow down to the Lord Omega. They call us fake Christians, but we don't answer. Hit them with that love and kindness, but they still harass us. Huh? Hallelujah is my only banner. Bow down. Judgmental, hypocritical, and too political and insensitive. But I judge a tree by the fruit it bears, so don't call me too cynical. This radical move is not just my words, it's my lifestyle, and I'm getting it. And that Romans 1:16 is my hashtag, and I'm winning. Screaming out, this is the place where he made me whole. Public worship, check the souls, it's not physical, yet it's spiritual. So we get lyrical with individuals, so they can understand that it's imperative that the way we live, it is far from sin. No judgment on it, just the way we move. I'm a testimony, great test for you. No faking and shaking the job. My lifestyle is open up for your eyes. A temple for he, Holy Ghost, he resides. No building is needed for changing our lives. We changing our lives to bring out the light. You scared of the sun, you ready to fight. My army is ready, I'm buried to carry the team of Trinity. Ain't none of us scared. They call us fake Christians, but we don't answer. Hit them with that love and kindness, but they still harass us. Huh? Hallelujah is my only banner. Bow down to the Lord Omega. They call us fake Christians, but we don't answer. Hit them with that love and kindness, but they still harass us. Huh? Hallelujah is my only banner. Bow down.
So quick to point out our imperfections, but our imperfections are understood. That's why we taking great, the less appealing part and lay it at his feet, because he sees the good. You can call us names, that's not who we are. You only give it power when you answer to it. And you can try and debate that God is fake and that he don't exist, but I'm gonna ask you to prove it. If we take our focus off the simple fact that the common ground is to love each other, we won't waste time trying to decipher who is truly connected, who's above the other. See, hallelujah is the highest praise. When you hear us say it, it has a purpose. We acknowledge the fact that you have an opinion, but the labels that you throw don't seem as worth. And your talking words, no, they don't hurt. It's your open praises and your hidden curses. Only shows that a demon issue under the surface. The Holy Ghost let me discern it. Wait, don't get nervous when you come to know who you are in Christ. You receive a boldness that can't be explained. That's why I can't accept where you are in your walk and turn around and still praise his name.
Talking, they talking, they talking, they talking, I hear them, I hear them, they talking, I hear them, they talking, I hear them, they talking. They call us fake Christians, but we don't answer. Hit them with that love and kindness, but they still harass us. Huh? Hallelujah is my only banner. Bow down to the Lord Omega. They call us fake Christians, but we don't answer. Hit them with that love and kindness, but they still harass us. Huh? Hallelujah is my only banner. Bow down. Yeah.
it's R&B old school. The kind that make you say I do. Well, I wanna love you. My heart only beats for you, and you're the only one for me. Love's uncovered the mystery. You bring me joy. So much more.
Yeah. Delicate as the youngest pride. Pulse skip like train wheels. I fell in love every other line. Name an intersection. I'll shut my eyes. Picture the corner refreshed. Getting dressed for summertime. The block was hot crag when pretty girls stared out a whip. Puerto Rock flag dangling from the rear view. My crew saw what happened like we feel you. My smile still drooped, lowered in my jeans. Eternal hopes they didn't spring. When my eyes met a woman's, they got low and split the scene. Ricky broke it down like it was all so simple. Could it be? My reflection frowning back. Look at you, now look at me. Old Spice and Sean John Cologne, bottle of Curve. Carlos loaned me. Breathe like you too cute to look lonely. The same amount of game as the rain delayed. Tar pulled across my heart to keep it safe from shame. Dang.
I wouldn't be me if I let you walk by. I mean no disrespect, but I had to say hi. I don't know what this feeling is, but if you feel the kid, then let's ride. Look me in my eyes, or don't you tell no lies. Peep that, the function hard cold, but it's pumping mouth roll. Say something, can't think, got nothing, not a player in the crushing. I got flavors, what you wanted, yeah you cute, but this was fronted. After this, let's put something on your stomach. Got the munchies, can we bond over smoke clouds? Tell me what you see in them, fat boy, cause that one look like chicken with no seasoning. We cracking up, they leaving us. Everybody gawking, walking past what they see in us. Maybe what I see in you, my nigga saying leave or do. But if I'm lucky, I might leave with you. We came this far, so I guess I gotta see it through. Just look me in my eyes, you'll see no lies in them, just time slipping, gold sands. Remember the times with them, fly misses, let me just glide with her, vibe with her, define divine, my mind with her. Look in her eyes, see God in her, oh wait, shit. I wouldn't be me if I let you walk by.